The crypto markets are bleeding today. Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins all crashing. Over 1 billion in long liquidations. We're going to break down what's tanking and why. How much pain is on the books? Big fundamental plays, cash is king, Tether, Avalanche, FTX Trust, what my view is and what I think is coming next. So let's get into it. Let's start where we are. So Bitcoin is down. Key supports under pressure. Ethereum, Solana, and many altcoins are double down digits in earlier ranges. The sentiment on the fear and greed index just flipped into fear. The market is clearly shifting. When sentiment turns, momentum often accelerates to the downside. This move didn't happen by accident. Over 1.1 billion in crypto long positions got liquidated the past 24 hours. A cascade. Most of those were longs, getting squeezed. Funding rates were too high. Too many people riding the leverage wave. That kind of forced sell-off often snowballs. Once it starts, it feeds itself. Here's the mindset pivot you want to understand. Holding cash is not bearish. It's optional flexibility. In times like these, many smart funders and traders move 10 to 20% allocation into cash and stablecoins. Why? This is because when things reignite, you want dry powder to deploy quickly into new launches or bounce plays. So if you're watching and able to do this, consider reducing exposure, locking profits, and holding some cash for the rebound. Now, eyes on Tether. The rumor is Tether is seeking a $20 billion private raise, potentially valuing it at $500 billion. If this is true, it would legitimize stablecoins even more as infrastructure, not just liquidity tools. If a stablecoin issuer is able to command that valuation, it signals that Wall Street is in belief. Big implications for how money moves into crypto. Let's flip to Avalanche. Big things brewing. So Avalanche Foundation is planning to raise $1 billion to back treasury operations and token buy programs. The block historically, an Avalanche tends to rally these capital pushes and infrastructure bets. If Avalanche breaks this downtrend and gets support, it could be one of the leading alts in the next leg. Now a couple of quick hits. The FTX Recovery Trust is suing Genesis Digital for $1.15 billion for allegedly misusing transfer tied to SBF operations. Ondo, the protocol's TVL surged big time, now climbing into the hundreds of millions, positioning itself as a tokenized security yield play. And this of course shows where capital is flowing, where risk is rising, and where infrastructure is being built right now. From a technical lens, here's what I'm watching. For Bitcoin, 108 to 111,000 as key support zones. If we break that, it could test much lower. For Ethereum and the major alts, similar. They're in danger zones, where if they crack, momentum will follow. Any relief rallies must clear resistance from previous local tops, or they'll stall. Also watch volume on on-chain flows and exchanges, inflows and outflows, and which projects are holding versus dumping. This feels less like a crash and more like a reset. Excess leverage got flushed. Weak hands got shaken. I believe we'll see a bounce from the oversold zones, but it won't last until buyers show up. If sentiment improves, Q4 could turn explosive, but I don't lean on full re-entry until confirmation of this. Also, there's a link below in the description to an exchange that I trust and recently partnered with. Bitcoin, which is great for trading during volatile moves like these times. You can use them if you want lower fees and reliability. I will point out I do get a small commission from this, which does help this small channel, but doesn't affect your deposit at all. And if anything, the personal link does come with some juicy bonuses and perks for you. So it's a win-win for the both of us. And best of all, Bitcoin doesn't need a VPN and no KYC, so it's available to users everywhere, even in the USA. Okay, so here's what I've been doing. I've been scaling out of risky alts, holding partial cash reserves, watching high conviction projects and launch windows closely. Given this weak market, new launches may shine. That's why projects like Plasma, which I just covered, Monad, Mega ETH are being watched by whales. If you have cash ready, a sharp launch and listing can give you fast upside. This is where timing matters the most. And stay locked in and subscribe to this channel to get the latest alpha. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is just a short-term bear trap or the start of a real crash? And I want to know what your top 5 holdings are and conviction plays? Drop it in the comments below. And if you found this update useful, slam that drop and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss the latest alpha. We're in the most volatile phase, but chaos brings opportunity. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.